Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. This is video 2 of my challenge, the Space Knoodle Challenge. Well, mine's in space anyway. Thought I would show you me taking up some parts. So this is the rocket. I've just modified it after the first successful-ish run. So of course we've got 8 around the side, 1 in the centre, tanks around the side are set up in a asparagus-based staging. Centre, ignore these for the time being. The centre tanks are 3 tall, basically for circularising the orbit, essentially. Now, this centre section, basically you establish the orbit, set it up for an intercept with the noodle, or should I say knoodle. Once you get within a certain distance, certain safe distance, you can then point, prograde, and then stage. And what happens is, this stage here, it will fire all of these separatrons, which is everything down here, the centre section of tanks, and it will deorbit this centre section. It worked on the previous one, worked quite nicely actually, and yes, the tanks literally travel, as long as you're straight and not trying to turn, they travel straight down between the struts on the side without fouling, which is absolutely wonderful. So, what are these strutty things for? Well, that's my space noodle, all the parts for it. So what happens is, you can see the separation point there. We then have 4 big RCS tanks. Trust me, you need the RCS on this one. And we have 8 noodle pieces, all with docking ports on. So we also have a battery and some lighting on there, additional lighting. Simple reason being that basically when you're on the dark side, it's somewhat difficult to see this thing, annoyingly. So we have solar panels to keep the battery on, battery topped up during the day side, big docking port there, and this is effectively a space tug. So we have an RCS tank, reaction control wheel, big battery. Then we have a separator, which is the other type of separator, the lightweight one, and then we have the pod. The pod's got spotlights, high intensity spotlights forward and aft. Simple reason being that you actually do need the light. Solar panels on to keep the battery topped up, because all of them lights does drain it quite a bit. And 8 parachutes with the docking port on top. The parachutes, now you'll notice in my first vid explaining the challenge, the parachutes are quite interesting. You right click on them, set the altitude at 50 meters and the minimum pressure at 0.15. Basically, that minimum pressure means that they won't half deploy until around about 10,000, and they won't fully deploy until 50 meters above the ground. Which for this little pod here that's lightweight is fine, because it literally arrests its fall within like 10 meters, I think. Something like that, 10-20 meters. And it's excellent. It's great for scaring the crap out of people. So, you'll also notice on here we have a lot of separatrons as well. You've got 24 around there, that's under the noodle pieces. You've got 16 here, 16 here, and 16 here. Basically, first of all, this bit here, if it ever gets stuck without RCS fuel, then I can literally point it retrograde, hit the space bar, and the Separatrons will fire and it'll deorbit, which is wonderful. Means no floating debris, which is what's in the rules. Now, when all 8 of the knoodle pieces have been placed, the pod comes back, redocks with this centre section, turns retrograde and deorbits the entire lot in one go. And then once it's confirmed that it's on a terminal trajectory, separates again, undocks rather there, separates there, and everything comes back down. Kind of complicated, yep, but it's good fun. So I thought I'd run over the rocket, not literally. So I've just finished modifying this on the last, the first and last run for this type of rocket. So I was originally taking them up in singles. Decided to take them up in 8s on this one. So on the last run I've taken an 8 up. I actually ran out of RCS fuel while I was up there, and did 6 of them. The reason that I ran out of RCS fuel was basically because I ran out of main fuel on the way up and had to circularise my orbit using RCS. So I depleted half the RCS sorting out my orbit. So, but this time, because what happened is, this third fuel tank I used basically as a spacer. So it was empty going up. This time, I've set it to basically full. So I've got more fuel in the centre section. And also this time, I decided to put these 4 RCS tanks in this bit so it doesn't move, and let the pod take a small amount of RCS fuel with it and move around. So it should be more efficient on the RCS. The only concern that I've got is well, basically the RCS jets themselves being sort of powerful enough to push these pieces around. But then again, the pieces themselves have got RCS jets on, so not exactly what I'd call balanced in terms of mass. But it's not too bad actually, as long as you're not trying to throw it around like a fighter jet. Anyway, unfortunately I am live commentary, so forgive me. I'm going to take you up and I'm going to show you placing one piece of the knoodle. Now you may be wondering, I thought I'd just point this out, the rules state no debris, orbital debris. Technically, this centre section here, when the pod detaches to go and start placing the struts, technically it's debris. But because it's got a docking port on here, and it is designed to be brought out of orbit afterwards, it's not actually against the rules. Basically the rules are no debris that's left. Now that being said, the last version of this, which I'll show you when I get up there, is still in orbit, which is fine. It's got a docking port on it. I can deorbit it. So basically what I'll do, hopefully, is when I finish placing these 8, I'll take the pod, redock it to this bit, and then dock the entire lot to the other one, and then deorbit the lot of them in one go, he says. Hopefully that's going to work, because it's going to be way out of balance. But touch wood, I'll have enough RCS jets on this to be able to keep it straight. Worst comes to worst, then I just hope I've got enough RCS left in all the tanks to basically be able to do that. Anyway, shall we go fly? That reminds me, did I... Oh, sugars, I didn't put them back on. Nope. Now, I should also point out that the part count on this thing is quite high. Is that going to foul? No. And my game does have a general tendency to slow down, especially when I come into range of the noodle. So, save and launch. Yep, it does take a while to load. And hey presto, and we're going to launch, well, probably not going to launch in the daytime. Physics is loading. Is it going to behave? Are you going to behave? Yep, looks like it's going to stay up. Lovely. Right, where's my target? Oh, bloody hell. Well, as you can see, oh no, that's the other one. The noodle's there. And we're going to time warp to catch it up. Right about there. And zoom out, just in case this explodes, then you can see it. SAS on, 3, 2, hang on. Ah! Wrong. 3, 2, 1, let's go. SAS says it's good. Going up. Oh, down to 6 frames a second. Joy. And stage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's just happened. Something else is separated. We have a problem here. Oh crap. Where have we separated? Docking port. Really? Oh, no it isn't. It's not the docking port that's separated. Oh, this could be interesting. Yep, it's snapped right there. That's new. Right, well, we need to follow the rules here. Decouple. RCS to on. Hopefully my deorbit jets, there we go, can get me out of the way. Lovely. How's that for a tower abort? I could have just stayed with it, but really? Is it really necessary? So, dump what remains. Electricity on. Parachutes to deployed status. Now, the other piece, it looks like the game has deleted it. The game did it, not me. So, that's within the rules. I should point out that while I am recording this video, I haven't actually uploaded the challenge or the first video yet. What can I say? I've been having fun today. So as you can see, we're coming down pretty quickly. Now I'm going to get rid of that. Watch what happens right underneath. It's hilarious. 1,000, 800, 700, 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, and deploy right above the ground. Well, in this case, C. That way you're not quite waiting so long. Successful splashdown again. Well, kind of. Okay, so... I think it was a bit violent when we staged, so let's try that launch again without any modifications. Unfortunately, we're now way behind the noodle, so it's going to have to be a funky intercept. There we go, and launch. Right, let the physics load. There we go. Yep, looks like it's going to stay upright, and again, you're in the wrong place. Stay. Right. See, no extra debris being shown. So, there's the noodle. And so we're going to fire up to maximum. This time I'm going to decelerate a little bit earlier. Or rather throttle back a little bit earlier. So I think that's what caused the issue. Throttle back about now. That looks good. Separate. That looks okay to me. There you go. Just going a little bit too quick. just a touch off vertical, but it's not going to cause us an issue. So this bit's kind of the bit where I can actually talk and narrate rather live. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh crap. Oh double crap. We're going to go for an abort here. Yeah, we have a structural failure. So, that's fine. Point it at the ground. And we are indeed coming down. Whoa, that was amusing. Separate everything and... well, we weren't coming straight down, so everything gets destroyed. But oh well. And deploy the parachutes, and down we come. Right, turn on the electrical power, turn on the lights because we're over land, so it's going to be hilarious. Now this lot and the game freezes. Uh-oh. No, please don't die. And down we come. And we're down on the ground. So we know we've got plenty to for our boats. All the debris that's left, which is weird. I would have thought they'd have exploded, but oh well. Is all on the ground, so we're still complying with the rules. Anyway, I'm going to get this thing into orbit, and I'll fetch the video back when I'm in orbit. I'm just fetching you back here. Found out what it is that was causing an issue. Some of the struts that I put on, space tape, for the asparagus staging, when I changed things, didn't remake themselves properly. So when I started asparagus staging, it snapped the remaining struts and then started overstressing stuff. Dope! So anyway, we just completed the asparagus staging. That's the that's the last set of tanks. So this is now a long burn into orbit. I think. That tank's almost running out. Is it going to make it? It should do. we've got a fair way to catch up. It's like 90 degrees over, so oh well. But our apogee is going up, our time to apogee is slowly going up, so we should be able to make it into orbit. As you can see here, if I rotate round, you can see all of the separatrons that I'm using for deorbiting. Yeah, quite a few on there. There's also some there, and I'll show you the deorbiting. This is going to take a while to get into orbit. So I will bring you back again. Right, fetching you back, just coming up for apogee. So I know some of you will want to see this. So I'm going to flatten over. Nice and gently. Let the SAS stabilise. Right, fire to circulise the orbit. I haven't got much fuel left. But we'll see how we do. Most likely going to have to use the RCS to finish the orbit off and whatnot again. But oh well. Not too bad. And it's out. It's not quite up off the ground over the other end. Oh well. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to want to see this. Are you paying attention? Bollocks! That's what happens when you're not flying straight and you separate. Well, at least we're suborbital, so that won't be debris for very long. Oh, there it is. Bugger. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to keep that on there, otherwise my mass is going to be out of whack. Darn it. Well, now we finish off with RCS. Yeah, this is going to take a while. I'll bring you back again. Okay, fetching you back. I've got a reasonable orbit. And as you can see, I've already depleted just over 1,000 units of monoprop. Yay! But we're up to 150. The knoodle is at 160, well 162, but yeah, close enough. So I'll recirculise the perigee to 150 as well, and then play catch up. and for that I'll fetch you back as well. Right, we're at an orbit of 150 kilometres. We do have a slight inclination issue, which I'm going to sort out shortly. Don't worry, I'm not going to fetch you back for that. And then we just keep spinning around Kerbal until we catch up. Won't take long, I hope. Right, fetching you back again. We're 30 kilometres away. Took a few days. Now the wonderful little markers have not given me quite what I expected for close approach. It says 33 on that one, 39 on that one, and yet right now we're at 20. So we need to do some funky business. So back to normal speed. Enable RCS, and we're going to point prograde. Now, first of all, nav ball's in the wrong mode. There we go. Right, that would be prograde. I was going to say pointless then. So we're going to stick it there. And give it a little blast. 5, 32. And bear in mind that because we're blasting in such a way that, oh, wait a minute, that one's going to be better. Let's reverse, see if we can get it closer down here. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.5. Oops. 1.5 kilometres. You know what? I'll do me. Time warp around. Right. Now we switch to nav ball to target mode. And that tells us what we're doing in relation to our target, and it also gives us the closing, or well, basically the speed differences, and by our reticle there it gives us the direction of travel. So what we're going to want to do, any moment now I'm expecting it to load the noodle. Oh, gold. Right, where's my noodle? No, not the one that's on my head. Where are you? Uh-oh. Oh, it's loading in. God, that scares the crap out of me when it does that. Well, it's within 2.5 kilometres, so where the freaking hell is it? If you see it, shout. Really? Where are you? Onto this, you are behind me in the orbit. Oh wait, hang on, wait a minute. Ah, there it is. 1.8 kilometres. Right, so you've got to wait till it's 1.5, and then we're going to kill the relative speed. Prepping to kill the relative speed. Come on. Go to 1.5. Go on. Come on. Screw it. There we go. So, using reverse RCS. So just to, while we're waiting, just to explain again, the nav ball is set to target mode, so the reticule that's in front of my little blip gives us the direction of travel relative to the target, which in this case is our noodle. So by pointing the nose at the direction of travel relative to target, we can kill our closing speed or departing speed. Now also using the translation controls to keep that reticule right on my nose. And hey, presto, 0.2, close enough. Using quite a lot of RCS fuel here. Oh, I will. One of the good things about the reaction wheels is, because I've got the additional on there, crud. Come on. You know, I'll give it a blast from the RCS. And that would be the wrong direction. Pooh. Turn the RCS off. Just let it go all the way around. The good thing about the noodle is it's big enough to be seen at 1.5 kilometres, especially with all the lights that are on it. Yeah, okay, the solar panels help as well. Can't believe I knocked that one off. Didn't do it on the first attempt. Unfortunately, we can't use time up because we're rotating. And the main thing is that damaged strut's going to have to be deorbited. Give it a blast from the RCS to swing us around. Three frames per second with everything loaded in. Yay. This is going to get fun. Right, let's lock us there. And then we thrust forward. Closing speed at 1.5 kilometres. Some people say, go faster then you don't wait for so long. Well, you can do, however, use translation controls. You can do that, however, I'm just going to use time warp. The lower the speed difference here, the less your orbit's going to drift out from the target. So, if, in this case, if fuel is an issue, then a slower speed is better. Right, in comes the knoodle. Now, as you can see, our target speed, relative to the target that is, has picked up to 5 meters per second because of how the orbit has changed. Plus also, we are moving slightly differently. We're not pointing directly at it now. Where the hell's Kerbal? There it is. So, there's Kerbal. So from that I can actually work out which way it is that I need to move. That way, so we're moving the opposite way that we need to. Now you should be able to pick up on the video, just bear with me, I'll use the translation controls. You should be able to pick up on the video the little white dots, I think you can see my mouse cursor, up here. That's the trailing end of the knoodle. The start of the knoodle I thought would look pretty good with a ruckload of solar panels on. Then I realised it was killing my frame rate. So you can see all the solar panels here, but we're adding parts on down this end. So we've just altered our trajectory relative to the target so that it fetches us up somewhere around the rear end, which is where we want to be. I think this will be the last trip for me on this version of the knoodle. Yeah, one thing you've got to be careful of when using time warp. Now 350 meters. We need to hit the forward brakes. We don't want to be closing at 5 meters per second. You definitely want to be under 3. So that's our approach speed towards the target. Now, because we've got a sideways vector going on here, when we slowed our forward speed, the sideways speed remained the same, velocity, that is. So the actual angle that we're travelling at now increases. So hopefully that should bring us up somewhere around here, I think. Ah, I hate that. No! Swear to God. That looks like we're drifting a little bit low. So we'll just use the RCS and just tweak our trajectory. Alright, this bit's the fiddly bit, so I'm going to fetch you back when we've parked up. Oh, bugger. I thought I should just record this. I bumped it. Crap. Oh. Fun. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, so gonna have to use the oh god. Stop shaking. You're gonna destroy yourself. Knock it off. There we go. Uh-oh. The hell? Oh, God, that's not the noodle. No! This could go horribly. That's the noodle. At least I hope that's the noodle. Yep. Bring the solar panels in, that'll stop it from shaking. Activate SAS and you should stop. Yeah, that's a long noodle. Crap. I think I might have failed my own challenge. Darn it. Well, this thing now needs to be reorientated. I did have it pointed north and south. So I'm just going to blip the RCS. What's the tail end doing? Wow, that's got some bow on it. Is it clear? Yeah, it's clear. What's with the shaking? Seriously. You're going to have to use time warp to stop it. Oh god, it started to shake again. If you shake like that, you're going to destroy yourself. Stop it. Yeah, I've got debris. Bugger. Well, the end of the noodle is clear of my unit. Crap. Yep, failed my own challenge. But kind of wasn't really my fault. Well, yes, okay. I bumped the noodle, but the noodle's self-destructing has to be a bug in the game. I mean, look at it, it's shimmying around like... Yeah, I can't say it, there's going to be kids watching this video. Oh well. You're still clear. Oh, you don't have your SAS on. Is it me, or does it look like only some of the RCS are firing as well? I know one thing, definitely not calculating the centre properly. I think the RCS is firing on centre of mass rather than actual physical centre. Which could be a good thing, might not be. In this case, But if you carry on like that, you're gonna snap yourself. Knock it off. But I'm pretty sure that people will agree this is a impressive space noodle. Right, that looks good to me. You're just going to drain the RCS if you do that, aren't you? Oh, screw it. Just use time warp. Turn the RCS off and let the SAS deal with it. Or at least for the time being. Oh, now I've got to get this back over there. Oh, darn it. Right, we parked up at the end, this time without bumping it. That's what I originally intended to do. No, not bump it. To park up at the end like this. So, we're going to fill up the RCS tank on my little pod. Come on. Really? Cute. Four frames a second. Oh, God. Wow. Come on. Right. Okay. So, there's me noodle. We do have a slight little bit of movement, but then again, I would love to see someone try and correct the movement with the nav ball doing what it's doing. And not gonna happen. Anyway, I don't know what's going on, but this game has got really glitchy now. Doesn't like noodles, I don't think. Right, so we separate. Blast forward. Move to the side. Nope. I'm going to have to pause the game there. Okay, I'm back. Right. Resume. So as you can tell, even though there's a slight pause, we're still up to the same spot. So we're going to thrust backwards now. Oh, nice little eclipse of the sun there. And yes, I know that was a very close manoeuvre there. We're trying to be as conservative on RCS monopropellant as we can. Use some time warp so you guys don't have to wait for quite so long. And neither do I. Right, so I'm going to grab this one here. Oh, see a little bit of movement there as I fired the RCS to shove us over. Kinda not good. Means the RCS quads aren't balanced properly, which we kinda knew anyway. So mainly watching the nav ball and kind of, well, at the moment I'm keeping one eye on the nav ball, one eye on the target visually, as we don't want to bump it. And by the looks of that, we're going to bump it. Dope. Don't want to bump it. We know what happens when we bump it. Right, watching the nav ball completely now. And oh, that's not good. Settle, settle. Release the SAS, and we should snap in place. Pulse it. There we go. Now we need to stop moving. Now we've moved away from our target. There we go. Set that as target. Yep, we're moving away from it. So we're going to give it a little bit of a blast on the RCS. There we go. A bit more. 0.3. Will it give us the distance? Will it buggery? Oh well, I'm sure that's close enough. So it will drift backwards. Hello? Right click please. Thank you. Decouple. There we go. And we pull it out of the stack. So now we want to go all the way to the end that's over here. Now you might notice when I'm firing the RCS for translation that it's not wiggling about with the nose. That's because the RCS is now balanced. Speed things up a bit. Why am I drifting so far away? Darn it. Is that thing... one of us is rotating? Now that can't be rotating. What the fuck's going on? This has gotten really upset since I bumped it. Wonderful. Point at the docking port? No. I want to shunt this as little as possible. What the fuck? Stop it. No, throwing me around is not the required answer. Wow. This game does not like being below like 5 frames a second. that would be 2 frames per second. Next start. And of course I'm doing this on the day side, aren't I? Is it me or is that noodle really bent? What the hell? Stop. I might not be able to dock this. See how bent that is? Weird. Oh, I'm going to come in at an angle here. But it does allow me to show provided I can dock this friggin' thing. What the hell's going on with the bending? Really? Right, that's got it. Right, so the magnetics have got the port. So guess what we do now? If we undock and back away, yeah, that would be another little bug. Really? Oh, I think it's behaving itself now. Nope. It's bending. Okay, now, which one of these? That one. Not the RCS off, because we don't need to use it for this type of rotation. That's what the wheels are for. So, with a little bit of perseverance, we got that one docked. Not quite sure how many more I'm going to be able to dock, but that does at least show you a little trick for docking your noodles. Once the magnetics has got the other end, you can release it and it'll snap into place automatically. So anyway, I will fetch you back either when I've docked all my noodle pieces or when I've had enough of docking my noodle pieces. Right, I've fetched you back again. Quite some time has passed in making this video since my last little section. As you can see there, I got quite a few extra pieces added on. Unfortunately, the last piece that I attempted to add on would not dock, and I was at it for several hours. RCS was running extremely low to the point where I could not get back to this, so I had no choice but to dock it, and eventually I ran out of RCS completely. In frustration, I slammed my mouse down on the desk. It bounced and hit the spacebar, which caused my little pod to stage. And the next stage was firing the separatrons for a deorbit burn. And it just so happens that I was actually pointed retrograde as well, so it ended up getting deorbited. Oh! But more importantly, I could, no matter what I did, I could not dock another piece to it. It was like the docking ports was set to repulse instead of attract. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to add another piece on no matter how much I try. So, I think I'm going to have to say that I have failed my own challenge. On a technicality. Yeah. On a technicality, yeah. That'll do. No, seriously. But, yeah, that's left in orbit, which wasn't planned. Can I... No, I can't. Sugars. I need to switch back to it. There we go. Switch to the noodle. This might take a while to load. And what the hell? Where's my noodle? What the hell? Where's my noodle gone? There it is. Oh, poo. It's gone out of power. That's why I couldn't see it. I'll just deploy the remaining solar panels. Not that that's going to do anything because we're on the dark side. There we go. And that would be my noodle. It's frigging long. It's over 200 meters long. Why the hell it thinks the centre's there, I don't know. Must be because of all those solar panels. Excuse me. Yeah. But we have one last job to do. You may notice I reorientated this as well, so it's east to west rather than north to south. The reason that I tried doing that was because when it was orientated north to south, the ends were bending up, and the middle was sagging down. Now that's due to basically orbital mechanics and the differences between the orbits of the centre versus the ends. Yeah, the game's actually impressively modelled for the physics realism. So, what can I say? It's huge. 300 meters is my guess. Yeah, the centre of it is definitely not the middle. So, there is one thing left to do. Yes, I know I've failed and I could just leave this thing in orbit, but in the spirit of fun, we now attempt to deorbit this thing. And of course, Bill Kerman has to get back to Kerbal. So, fire up all the RCS to deorbit. And that bit's boring, so we're going to go back to this view. And watch our perigee. And interestingly, it's not doing anything. Huh. We are pointing... No, stop that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think I just realised what was actually going on. Okay. Yeah. I think you can see that it's a little bit bent. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Yep, and you can see all the solar panels that come off there, and this bit here, and these are the ones that are left. Yeah, okay. So deorbiting this thing is not going to be quite as simple as I thought. Uh-oh. I think we need to... yeah. Oh! Oh! It's all breaking apart now. Uh-oh. 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 I have an idea. If I disable the crossfeed, then the rear ones shouldn't have any RCS fuel. Oh crap, they do. That could be an issue. Okay, so let's go down to here. Disable. No, still got RCS over here. So which one of these modules is enabled? Oh wow. Let me click on it. No, that's a light. I want the RCS tank. Disabled. Excuse me. And I just realised that disabling the crossfeed does not disable the RCS. That's a problem. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. And the problem is I'm now in completely the wrong orientation. And something weird's gone on with my camera. Great. Okay, yes. chase view. Whoa, where are you going? What the hell? I think the game is just freaking right out here. What's the rear end doing? Yeah. I think I might have broken the game. Well, let's deorbit it in bits, shall we? Yeah. I must admit, once it hits the atmosphere, it'll start straightening out. I think. This could take a while. Well, I'm definitely going to have another try at this. That's for absolute definite. Hang on, wait a minute. That's at 180. Turn that off. Thrust that way. If you use translation on the RCS, maybe that'll do it. Without causing an issue. Right, we're actually starting to slow down now. God help me when this thing hits the atmosphere. Ooh, now it seems to be straightening it up by trying to rotate. We just don't want to snap it. Right, well, we're now completely in the wrong direction here. What's our orbit looking like? 104. It's not too bad. We've done a fair bit so far. Right, we're coming up to north. So, because of our orientation, we need to thrust upwards. However, we've now run out of RCS, so we need to enable one of the tanks. Like this, and go! Oh, shit. That's the wrong direction. The physics engine is probably too realistic for its own good, he says, trying to control a 300-metre snake. Oh, I need to enable another tank. I completely wasn't watching. Come on. No. What's our orientation? 180. Nope, that way. And we're out of RCS again. That one's empty. That one's empty. That one's got some. North. Just that way. Down. Yeah, now I haven't got a clue. I'm going to go forwards. There we go, Texas. Now we're out of RCS in that one as well. Well, actually, by depleting these RCS tanks, no. It actually makes controlling this thing a hell of a lot more difficult. Damn it. There we go. That gives us 2. Right, where are we at? Need to go that way. Now, there is one good thing about spinning around like this. The centrifugal forces like to pull the ends straight. So, where are we up to? 80! Oh, it's coming down on its own. Really? Really? Just need it down to about 40, and then atmospherics should take care of the rest. Eventually. Now I think what I'll do next time with this is to just have a bunch of RCS quads up at the nose and none anywhere else. And that way you point retrograde, wait for the tail to be in line, and then thrust, and it should keep the tail straight. What the hell? Okay. That direction. There we go. Nope. Don't want to go that direction anymore. So where does it say our perigee is? That's coming back up again. Why am I not surprised? Come on, I will get you to fall out of orbit. One way or another, I don't care how, I will get you to come out of orbit. Right, and we need to enable more RCS. No. Yeah, you try and hit a moving target. No. No, that one's empty. No. 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 Anyone sick yet? Darn it, that one empty as well. Oh, Bill's loving it. Empty. Really? All the ones at the front are empty. Are you kidding me? God darn it. Ah, come here. Are you guys empty? Dong! That's got you. I just hope that they will reconnect together. Oh, stop it! Why didn't I think of doing it this way before? No. Right. I command you to slow down. I'm going to have to watch the electrical charge as well. I'm sure there'll be most of you sat in your seats laughing your heads off. I really want to deorbit this. I really want to deorbit this. And I really should look at what the tail's doing. Is it me or does that seem a bit shorter? Oh no, just as long. Darn it. Where are we up to? 42,000. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. We're coming down. We are. It doesn't matter what it does now, it's coming down. It doesn't have a choice. Yep. Oh, we'll just time accelerate till it says no. Which is about there. Right, well, first of all, we're low on power, so we might as well extend the solar panels. Even though I've got a suspicion we're going to be entering the night side. There we go. Well, the solar panels will also act as drag, so that we go tail first. We hope. For as long as they last, at least, anyway. Where's the KSP from here? Or KSC, I should say. Oh, we're right over it. Hi, guys! I'm not quite sure what that is there. But, I believe we're starting to encounter resistance. Now, I have to remember, Bill must survive. And I've just noticed this staging is wrong. Let's have a look here. 42. Yep, so it's looking good for coming back. Now I'm going to run the risk of using physics warp. Even though I'm pretty sure that's going to kill my PC. Yeah, it's gone red. So anyway, those solar panels will keep the onboard battery charged and the lights on for as long as possible. How long that will be is pretty much anyone's guess. Tail's all the way up there. But don't worry, this is coming down. We will be on fire very shortly. But don't worry, I will have another go at this. I've learnt a few lessons that I have demonstrated in this video. A few funky stuff going on with KSP. I'm pretty sure no one has attempted to build something so big before. Or so long, I should say, especially in orbit. Oh, what's going on? Right now it's kind of nose down and tail way up in the air. It kind of looks like a tadpole, or... yeah, I'm not going to say that. Looks like it's pulling it down to point prograde into the wind. That's weird. But those solar panels are having a hard time keeping up. But they will be destroyed very shortly. So look here. Yep, definitely coming down. It's going to come down whether it likes it or not. Oh, there we go. I think it's actually starting to move retrograde now. Well, I'm on 2 times physics warp and it's gone red. I can't go any faster. And unfortunately, we're heading into the dark. Which actually will make it a nicer light show. Yeah, definitely going to come down here. It's not going to attempt to escape its fate with another orbit. No, you're not. It's not going to happen. Auto-saving? Really? At this point? Are you kidding me? Now Bill is going to ride this all the way down. Well, no, not all the way down. I'll eject him at about 1,000 feet. Meters, sorry. Tails all the way up there, all the way up there. Won't be long before we get re-entry effects. Won't be long before it blows the solar panels off. That'll be spectacular. And we are now on the day side, and our power is depleting very quickly, which isn't going to be good if we run out of power, because then we won't be able to see the thing. Well, having said that, we will see it, because we'll have the re-entry flames. The flames of certain impact with the ground. as amusing as this is, hurry up and set on fire, will you? So what do I say now? So yeah, next attempt that I make, I think I might just use empty orange tanks and the big docking nodes, docking ports. Might just help me get rid of some of the bendiness, and you'll also be able to see it better in space as well. Also have a unit on the nose that has all the RCS on, etc. I may give the unit on the nose some engines specifically for deorbiting. Give it a bit more oomph. Having said that, the rules, as I will put them, bear in mind I haven't posted anything on the forum yet for the challenge. I was gonna do it last night, but I was busy doing this. Anyway, the rules also state that you can create a noodle on the ground. So it's also tempting to have a go at creating one on the ground. You can also create one on Mun and Minmus and any of the other planets. Some clever person with way too much time on their hands could probably build one in orbit around Kerbal, one on Kerbal, one in orbit around the Mun, one on the surface of the Mun, one in orbit around Minmus, one on the surface of Minmus, and get all the titles. Hell, if someone really wanted to, they could build one in orbit around the Sun. I don't think anyone yet has successfully landed on the Sun, but still. I would be very interested in seeing that. "28 kilometres and doing 1700. Should blow the panels off at any moment. Oh, we're glowing, and there we go. Come on, I want to see you on fire now. Now, why is the front section not glowing? Really? You're only going to set fire to the middle section, huh? This is where deadly re-entry would be cool. It's the only mod that's allowed for this challenge. If you had deadly re-entry, this thing would be exploding all over the place. There must be a limitation to the re-entry effects. Oh well, re-entry effects over. Now the annoying thing is, this has slowed down very, very quickly. Better prepare to eject, Bill. And it looks like it's coming down over water. Joe. Now the good thing is, when I eject Bill, the lights will stay on. So Bill's pod will disappear into the night, and you'll see the snake go down. 1000, eject. Deploy parachute. And he's down safely. Even though this camera is really screwed up. That land over there? God knows. Anyway, that's the end of that one, unfortunately. Bill has indeed survived. So, at least I managed to do that part of the challenge. At no point was there a Kerbal death. Wonderful. Now, I've got both videos to sort out and post them on the forums. Hopefully people will have as much fun as I did with this. It's very annoying, and I look forward to watching videos. Bye for now. Oh, and just one quick note. Crash hard.